I want to say a few words on the monkey-minded, dumb Christians out there, the idiots out there, the low-level Christians, and the two-thirds of Israel that are part of that sect. You got this guy right here, this clown, Desmond Ingram. He did a video a couple of days, 2 weeks ago, contenders conference. Desmond Ingram, who are the Black Hebrew Israelites, which we don't call us out Black Hebrew Israelites. We got Latin Israelites that are Latin, and the Israelites that are of Indian descent. So we got Israelites that look just like so-called white people. So that's what they put in there. That's that word that they put in there, that buzzword. Anyway, you got this idiot right here, full of emotion, going into the whole Israelite thing. And like I said, if it wasn't for us, nobody'd be going to your churches. This us being on the scene brings people back into the church because there's a new phenomenon known as the Israelites, which is the fulfillment of Ezekiel chapter 37. And no, it's not talking about I see Israel United in Geist or Christ. It's not talking about them guys walking down the street. That's not the army. The army's talking about all the Israelites that are waking up and standing up. So this guy, he plays on these Christians' emotions that don't study, they don't understand. They go, you know what a Christian does? The average Christian, they go to church, the preacher preaches, they don't question nothing, then they go home. So when they roll up on the Israelite, you know, they wrote the average Christian. I'm not talking about a Vocab Malone. Vocab Malone is a well-studied individual, and he's learned a lot. He's learned a lot from his study in the theological cemetery, but he's learned a lot from watching us and how to deal with us. Okay, he knows where we go. He knows where we turn. He knows he's a learned demon. All right, but anyway. These people in the audience are just everyday Christians that don't know what the hell is going on. You know, Jesus Christ love you, and that's it. They'll do anything they want to do. But you got right here at this point, even a little before that, 28 minutes, even a little before that, this is a clip where he speaks about all the different camps, the IUIC, the Sakari, but then right here he speaks about GMS, and he goes into he said they're known for the rape doctrine. No, we're known for breaking down the scriptures right. That's what we're known for. Now, any scholar, any real Christian scholar would clearly say that grape is found in the Bible, in the Old Testament. Now, can we do that now? You would be a damn jackass to even think about doing something like that. So when you watch this whole thing, you come to the conclusion that they talking about the Old Testament, because he used the scenario of, well, what if you had a daughter and one of them brothers jumped your daughter? Are you going to let it go? First of all, that ain't going to happen. All right. And if it did happen, somebody's going to get to the authorities and that brother's going to be arrested. That's not going to happen. But now in the ancient world, and that's what we were talking about, if that happened, there was nothing you can do about it. Even if you wanted to do something about it. Even if you wanted to do something about it, you couldn't do nothing about it because the law says, okay, a Hebrew man raped a young Hebrew woman, Israelite woman, who was not engaged to be married. So what is the penalty? You have to pay the father 50 shekels of silver, and you can't divorce her. So you got to think. You got to say, she looks very, I'm very attracted to her, but what is she going to look like 30 years from now? I got to still deal with her. So you would be a fool to do that. But it happened, but there was a law. But see, the Christians go by their emotional mind, what they learn from the world, and the three scriptures they learn from the Bible. Not one scripture, John 3:16, which they can't even break that down correctly. So the guy, he doesn't even play the whole thing. He doesn't get in contact with us to find out why are we teaching that, and maybe and as far as trying to pull us back out of the fire, trying to get us right, get us back to Jesus. Anyway, let me do this. And I did this before, and I got to do. See, with stupid people, you got to keep telling them, look, sweep the floor. You come back, the floor ain't swept. You get a broom, you show them how to sweep the floor. You get the dustpan, you put in the dustpan, you go over there, see that thing right there? That's called a garbage pail. You put it in the garbage pail. Come back, the nigga still can't get it right. You go back and you show him again until this dumbass gets it. So that's the same thing with these Christians. Now let me go right here. Now let me deal with the so-called scholars. Let me deal with the so-called scholars. Bear me for a minute. Okay, here it is right here. Let me slide this over. Okay, Deuteronomy 22. Deuteronomy 22. Deuteronomy 22. Let's go to 25. Okay, we're in the commentary. Let's go to this one. Cambridge is, which is short. But if in the field the man find in the field, blase, blase. Let me go. Let me move to the next verse. This is commentary from different Christian authorities, people that really know the Bible. Okay, this is 12, showed nothing. Let me go to 27. Let me go to 28. You know what? I'm sorry. I got to come back. Let me come back. Let me come back. And let me just read it. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die. Okay? And when you read the previous verse, then ye shall bring them both out and stone them, that they may die, the man and the woman, the damsel, because she cried not, being in the city, and the man, because he have humbled his neighbor's wife, so thou shalt put away evil from among you. So both of them should be put to death because he humbled her. We're gonna find out what that word means in the Hebrew. As in a scholarly mindset, he went to grab her, raped her. She liked it. She was a virgin. She was engaged to be married, but she liked what the man put on him, and she I like this. I was wrong about him. So what happens is they're both put to death. But if a man find a betrothed, engaged damsel in the field, and the man force her, rape her, and lie with her, then the man only that lie with her shall die. But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. For as when a man raises against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this matter. Let's go to 27. For he found her in the field, and the betrothed, meaning engaged damsel, cried I'm being raped. Help me, somebody. I'm being raped. Help me. And there was none to save her. Now, I worked at a job, and the bosses was a husband and wife team. The boss was a so-called Puerto Rican Ephraimite, and the wife was a Sicilian. And I would talk to them. You know, we had like we were like almost like friends. And I would go into the whole Sicilian thing about there's, the bars are mixed in with the Sicilian. She said, look, you're telling me something that I already know. And she told me the story that, as the legend goes, that when the Moors would come in, they would come in and they would defeat the men, which the Italians in southern Italy, which is an island, by the way, it's not even part of Italy, but it's considered Italy. Sicily is a completely, you got Sicily and you got Sardinia. So the flag of Sardinia, you have a flag, I believe it's red, either black and white or red and white. And you have uh, four images of Moors on the flag. Look it up. Go to Sardinia, which is an island off of the boot of Italy, and go to the flag. It's four of the same guy, Moors, on the flag. When you look it up, it said these are Moors. Why? Because the Moors conquered them. And what the Moors would do, and that's in every war. You see the woman, you take the woman. That's why there's a law on that in Deuteronomy 21. There's certain things you do in war. You don't just rape a girl in the battlefield. You bring her, the parents is dead, you bring her home, you think she looks good, and you let her mourn for 30 days. And then you go into her, whether she likes it or not. That's in the law. It says, for he found her in the field. And oh, by the way, when the men, the Moors would take these women by force, this is what she said. This is a Syrian chick. She would say, Mafia, Mafia, which means my family, my family. Where's my family? So I can be saved. And that's why that's also in the movie True Romance, which is one of the greatest movies ever made. Quentin Tarantino. That movie was better than Pulp Fiction, but Pulp Fiction got the critical acclaim, however you say it, all of the awards and so forth. But the real movie was True Romance. That was the movie. That was the movie. And in that movie, you had this guy play. I'm trying to get my mind together. What's the guy? He played in the Apocalypse Now at the end. The guy, the cameraman, the bugged out cameraman. I forget his name. He died some years ago. Great actor. And then you had this guy. I forget the character's name. I can't even remember the guy's acting name. But anyway, he played this big mafia guy. So the guy that was going to get killed. Like I said, I forget the guy. Dennis Harper. Dennis Harper. I believe the name is. His character, he said he knows he's going to die by these mafia guys because he wouldn't tell where his son went because his son stole some money and some cocaine and all. Really, I believe it was cocaine. And he didn't realize it. And they were after him to kill him. But you got to watch the movie. Great movie. Great. You won't get up to go to the bathroom. Make sure you go to the bathroom first. So so he knows that these guys are going to kill him because he's not letting them on to where his son went, and they know that he just left his father. So he says, "Can I get one of them Chesterfields?" And the music plays. I forget the name of the famous song. If you heard the famous classical song, which if you heard it, you would know the song. I don't know I forget the name of the song, but I can find it. But anyway, that's playing in the background to set the tone of the scene. And he said, in his mind, you can see he knows he's gonna die. He said, let me get one of them Chesterfields. Lights it up. Then he tells a story about the Moors, and he tells the story how you had these pasty, blonde-haired, blue-eyed white people in Sicily that went from blonde-haired, blue-eyed, pasty white people to dark skin. And he said, because niggers, which were the Moors, they rape your woman. And he called the guy, so that makes you half a moulignon. Moulignon is an eggplant. Eggplants are not normal white, but they did something to it. You got to go into the history to make them look the color that they look. Black, purplish black. And they call the eggplant a moulignon, which means moulin meaning dark or black. Moulignon means melon. Black melon. Moulignon. Eggplant. That's why he said you're half an eggplant. So that's what that means. So the guy goes, and you're a cantaloupe, and then he shoots him because he's offended at the fact that he said you're a nigger. He said you guys are a bunch of niggers. He said because your great grandmother got fucked by a nigger, and you're half nigger. So going back to my two bosses that I work with, she told me the story. She said when they were getting raped, they would cry out for their family. They would say, mafia, mafia. So rape is in men's blood, especially in war. When they see a woman, they're not going, I hope she likes me. You're just going to take it. In the Vietnam War, there's a lot of Jakes down there in the Nam, man. All in Europe. A lot of these Jakes, remember Millie Vanilli? Millie Vanilli? Remember the whiter looking one? His mother was an Edomite and his father was an American GI, and he popped the woman and went back to the States, and he grown up by his mother. The same thing goes for this guy. He's a lead singer of a band, a rock and roll band named I think it's Tin Lizzy or Thin Lizzy. It was a play on Tin Lizzy, if I'm not mistaken. The song that gave them their claim to fame was "The Boys Are Back in Town. The Boys Are Back in Town. The Boys Are Back in Town." I don't know if you, I'm not a great singer, but that was the name of the song. Great song, great song. It was a hit. Okay. Now the lead singer was a Jake, but his mother was an Edomite. His father was a Jake, I believe, somewhere from England that popped the Edomite woman, because that always goes on. These Edomite women, they always getting popped by Jake, and they love it too, and they love it. So he was raised up by his mother, but you can see he looks black, but he kind of has somewhat features of, of Europe, but he's dark. He's like a lighter so-called black people, or he can look more like a darker Puerto Rican. So that was big back there. So in war, if you couldn't get the woman, you rape them. You take down a village, you kill most of the men, you line them up, kill them. Who you got left? You got women and children. So what do you do? What did they do? They raped. That's R&R, man. They raped the woman. They raped the woman. That's in the law. Christians don't know this, man. Read Deuteronomy 21. What is that? Start at the 10th verse. There's laws on that. If you see a woman in the field and you desire unto her because she's beautiful to you, if her parents are dead, you save her because you want to lie down with her, but you can't just go and lie down with her. You gotta let her mourn. You gotta cut her hair and pare her nails and let her mourn for 30 days. And then you can go in unto her and she becomes your wife, whether she likes it or not. If she doesn't like it, too bad. This is my wife anyway. She'll learn to love you. And that goes for Israelites. That law was given to Israelites when they come against other nations. This is the law on taking a woman. So you average Christians don't know that because you don't study. You sing, you dance. Most of these Christian YouTube videos, first of all, nobody watches you. And when you click on it, it's somebody playing a song with a guitar, singing about Jesus. And we got our next is a fucking concert. Then you got some dorky ass white boy speak about the love of Jesus. They don't go into breakdowns or nothing like that. That's why you motherfuckers are so goddamn easy. So anyway, I did all that talking. So now let's come over here. As a matter of fact, I'm sorry. Let me come back. Let me come back. Then come back again. Come back one more time. Okay, here it is. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her, the word there is force, right? Let's go here. Cambridge Bible for Schools and Colleges. I'm gonna go right to the point. You know what I'm gonna have to do? Let me do this. Let me go to the Bible. I'm sorry, let me do this. Let me try this parallel. Okay, now let me go to Deuteronomy. Okay, New Living Translation. But if the man meets the engaged woman out in the country and he rapes her, then only the man must die. Here it is again. Deuteronomy 22, verse 27. Since the man raped her out in the country, it must be assumed that she screamed, but there was no one to rescue her, right? Now I got to come back a couple more verses. I'm sorry, let me go to 28. Let me go to 28. Okay, I'm in the 28th verse, right? Let's deal with the English Standard Version. If a man meets a virgin who is not engaged and seizes her and lies with her, and they be found. New International Version. What I read, what did I just read from? English Standard Version, New Living Translation, uh, New International Version. If a man happens to meet a virgin, Bathwala, which means a woman that's never been touched, who is not pledged to be married, engaged, and rapes her, and they are discovered. What are you to do? The word there is rape. He shall pay her father 50 shekels of silver. He must marry the young woman, for he has violated her. He can never divorce her as long as he lives. So that's the penalty. That's the law. Same thing goes with. Matter of fact, let me read. Let me go to Deuteronomy. Matter of fact, let me see. How can I do this? Like Deuteronomy 21. 21, Deuteronomy 21 and 1. Come on now. Let's go to 21 and 10. I didn't say Deuteronomy, you mother. You come back. Bear me for a minute. Deuteronomy. I got to do it this way. I have to do it this way. Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 21 and 10. New International Version. When you go to war, this is the Most High telling Moses to tell the children of Israel, the sons of Israel, when you go to war against your enemies, the other nations, and Yahweh, your power, delivers them into your hands, and you take captives. In other words, you defeated enough men where they give up. If you notice among the captives a beautiful woman of another nation and are attracted to her, you may take her as your wife. The word take is from the Hebrew laquat, which means grab, take. She has no say in the matter. Bring her into your home and have her shave her head, trim her nails. And put aside the clothes she was wearing when captured, because you're going to give her the clothes that you wear, that women wear. After she has lived in your house and mourn her father and her mother for a full month, I believe in the King James is 30 days, then you may go to her and be her husband, and she shall be your wife. Does that mean to get a tuxedo on, get the best man, and walk down the aisle and read the vows that you take this man to be your lawful wife? No, you go into her, you take her. Now she might like it. She might like the way life might be better with you. She might have seen you doing things and might fall in love with you. Or she might still be traumatized. And so you make her untraumatized. You open her up. You take her by force, you do it, and she becomes your wife, whether she likes it or not. But a monkey-minded Christian doesn't understand that. See, this is why we go to these different scholars that know the scriptures. They tell the truth. They don't get caught up in emotion. Anyway, this is for you beginners. I didn't want to go through this. I'm singing to the choir. Uh, when I put this out to y'all out there. But you got the comment section. You can add your thoughts to it. But this is stuff we got to go through over and over again for these boneheads, these boneheaded Christians. Even vocab vocab Malone can't get it. And see, if vocab Malone wasn't going after the Israelites, nobody would follow that guy. Anyway, on to the next one. Shalom.